Hey guys, welcome to day 6 of the Read-a-thon. Also the Read-a-thon that I totally bombed. Like, I did so awful. I had such high hopes, and then I didn't want to start the Read-a-thon until I finished the 3rd Mistborn book, which I did. And I put up a video of that. I will put a card up or whatever. I did post that video, which is another reason why I didn't really start the Read-a-thon on time, because I wanted to get that edited and I wanted to get it up because I was so excited about it. So I did finish that. I think it was on Monday, I think was when I finished it. So I was already a couple days late. And then I filmed the final wrap up, and then I edited it, which actually took a long time because I went on a lot of tangents, and it's about a half an hour long, but it's like 10 minutes per book roughly. That whole series was so good. I'm looking forward to the next set, but I'm going to take a little bit before I jump into them. I started finally reading A Game of Thrones. I'd already started it, but I am almost halfway done now. I'm almost at 400 pages. It is taking a little longer because I'm annotating it, and I am stopping to like take notes and double check things, and I have like a whole bunch of like notes in the back of like pretty much my own little condensed spark notes of what's going into each book, because I realized I don't exactly know what happens in the beginning of ends in each book. I remember this one, but the other ones I don't. Obviously the ending of this one, if you've read it, you know it's a pretty big deal. But I was also going to read, and this is where the fail part comes in, One for My Baby by Tony Parsons. And no, the book did not come with this. I couldn't handle looking at the blank cover, and the writing on the spine is silver, so I just added it to the front too because I'm a monster and I got rid of my dust jackets. Also, I painted this book blue because I just think it's... Anyway, I don't know if or when I will get to that one this month. I might just hold off and read it on a whim at some point. I know that I loved it, but I really don't remember much of what it's about, so that's where we're kind of sitting with that. This week was just not, it was kind of a fail. Plus the last couple of days, I don't know if you can tell, but my voice is like really raspy. It's been pretty raspy the last few days. I had a pretty sore throat the other day, so I didn't want to do a lot of vlogging and then have you guys listen to like 25 minutes of me just sounding hoarse. So this is what you guys are getting. I feel like every time I have something to go to, I like end up losing my voice for it. I don't know. But I am thoroughly enjoying this. I'm not going to say too much for anyone who hasn't read the further books or whatever, but I'm going to say I loved Arya's character in the beginning. Like, I can't remember which book it starts changing, but I just think she's so awesome in these books, but like still has that sort of childlike spark. And then in further books that definitely changes, and I don't want to say too much, but my feelings towards her are not necessarily like dislike, but I guess I just like disagree with a lot of her life decisions. Let's just say that without saying too much. Anyway, I am gonna hang out, and it's Friday night. I'm gonna hang out and read my book, and then Jared and I are probably gonna watch some Orange is the New Black because what's going on here? Because that's what we do. Also, another thing why I didn't get as much done reading this week is I don't typically read ebooks. Usually they bother my eyes. One thing I have found, because I have the Kindle app on my phone, is I've adjusted all the screen settings so it's really not bright, and I've made the words really big, which feels like I'm reading really slow or constantly scrolling, but I just can't look at tiny words on my phone. In books, I actually prefer smaller print. I don't know why, but I do. But on my phone, I make it bigger for the ebooks because I know I'm reading a lot. Anyway, I was on NetGalley and I got approved for the new Frederick Bachman book. The thing, I can't remember exactly. he has such long titles. I feel like the translations must make them very long or something, but it's like the things I want to tell my son or whatever. I will put the cover up here because I can't hold it up because it's on my phone. Anyway, I'm about halfway through. It's pretty short. Like, I started it yesterday and I'm about halfway through. I think I'm at like 52% in the ebook app or whatever. But it's funny. I don't think it's gonna be like the way, was it Every Morning the Way Home Gets Longer and Longer? That book broke my heart. It absolutely broke me into pieces. I feel like this book, unless it gets more emotional near the end, which I'm assuming if there is any of that, it's going to be saved for the end. But so far, it's just funny. Like, I would say right now, I'm sitting 3.75, 4 stars. I have found it enjoyable. It's really easy to read, but it's not necessarily like groundbreakingly brilliant or anything. But I do think it's funny. It kind of feels like a parenting blog post. It's very relatable, at least for me. Like, I feel like I get a lot of these jokes and I get a lot of like the comparisons and stuff. Like, it's like I am connecting with the book. Anyway, I am gonna go jump into a Game of Thrones. I wanted to start this vlog even though it's probably gonna end tomorrow. But I wanted to say hi, check in, let you know how my week went and what was going on. Hey guys, welcome to this week's reading vlog. Figured I would start it now because this is where I'm starting my week. I just got out of the dentist. I'm incredibly frozen and kind of have a lisp because I can't feel anything on this side of my face at all, and I'm worried I'm just gonna take a massive chunk out of my tongue. They actually apparently there's like a nerve on this side and I feel like it gets bumped every time I get a filling done on this side because it locks my jaw shut, and they had to like pull it open and put this rubber thing in there because I couldn't open my jaw up very far. It finally started to let go once it's time to go, but now it's like it feels like it doesn't want to shut. So now it's just like the opposite. But like my ear is frozen and my nose is all frozen and it feels super weird. I got one on either side of this tooth, little ones, and then 2 big ones down at the bottom. So I'm super frozen and really wish I could drink some tea or some coffee right now. I'm just stuck. So I'm just sitting in my car for a couple minutes. I think I dropped Owl off at my mom's and she's gonna stay there for a couple days, just have a big old grandma party. Sorry, I feel like I'm drooling, but I'm gonna go by there and have a quick tea because I just dropped her off quickly. So I'm gonna go have tea when my face calms down a bit and hang out there for a little bit. And then I think I need to pick up some flowers for a photo shoot I have on Wednesday, little newborn baby photo shoot. And then I want to start reading. It's over here. I brought a little life with me because depending on how long I end up being at my mom's, I may stop by the river on the way home and just park my car there for a little bit and read for a little bit before I go home and let the dog out. As you guys can see, I am at home, back in my favorite place, my bed. Well, honestly, I would say outside is probably my favorite place, but it's not warm enough to do that yet. So this is my next favorite place to sit and read. I love sitting in my bed and reading. Anyway, I did not make it to the river. I spent a little bit longer buying the flowers I needed to buy and hanging out with my mom and Owl, and then I just didn't have enough time. I had to get home and let the dog out, so I didn't end up going by the river, but I wasn't that sad about it. The sun finally came out again now, but the sun did kind of disappear for a while and it got pretty chilly. It's around 3 o'clock I think now. Rainer's going to be home in about 45 minutes, so I am going to start A Little Life. I'm pretty excited to be reading this week because I was thinking I might want to vlog this, but I'm excited to start this. I read the first few pages when I first got it and they were really interesting. I was like already kind of pulling towards the characters. Like, I feel like they're going to be good characters. I literally have no idea what this book is going to be about. I have no idea. All I know is everyone says it hurts a lot, and I'm okay with that. I am looking forward to it. Even just like the cover, I want to know who this is supposed to be in the book. Like, I just want to know. I'm so curious. But I am going to hop in to this and start reading before Rainer gets home.
Oh, honey, though our friendship ceases from now on.
Rainer got home from school. I only read a few pages. He got home from school. We did his like reading practice that we do most nights. And then I was like, buddy, I am so tired. I need to have a nap. And so he just cuddled with me and watched cartoons while I just kind of like dozed on the couch for like 25 minutes. And then Jared got home from work. We ended up, because Adelaide is at my mom's for a couple days having like a grandma party, we decided to take Rainer to the McDonald's play place. So he just loves that place. It's so disgusting and like germy, and a kid actually ended up peeing on the equipment tonight, which was really gross. But he loves McDonald's and we don't go that often. So we went, he got a Happy Meal, played in the stuff, and he fell asleep on the way home. So he is asleep. And Mauser's back there. I don't know if you can see him. Snoring on Jared's pillow. And I just finished the rest of that first chapter. And I can't explain it. Like, sometimes books pull you in right away, and sometimes you take 60, 70 pages. But this story, I still don't know where it's going, and I still don't know exactly what's happening, but you're slowly being introduced to the main characters. There is Willem, Jude, JB, and Malcolm are like the four, I guess, main guys that we're following. And I actually, like, for some reason, they kept, like, the way she was talking about each character, I couldn't keep them separate in my mind at first. So I did write, like, I have sticky notes in the back of the book, on, like, the last page or whatever. And I'm just, like, putting in little notes about each character until I start to, like, get in the groove. It's just, I don't know what it is, but, like, my brain can't just jump from character to character because I don't know them well enough yet. So I did write some notes in the back, like, one person has like non-existent parents, another one has deceased parents, another one lives with both of his parents, and another one has a deceased father. So you're kind of getting different perspectives of each of their families. Again, I don't really know much yet, but I am very intrigued and very curious, and like Jude's character so far, I feel like Jude and Willem, and I'm assuming this is how it's meant to be, but like they're the ones I'm the most curious about, but I still like the other two as well. Hey guys, this is Monday Morning Brie. I figure I will just finish off the last couple clips of vlogs. I'm so sorry, this was like a couple weeks of just like watch me fail at vlogging and watch me also fail at reading. For the Read-a-thon, I read about 200 pages of A Game of Thrones. I still am only about halfway through, maybe a little past there now. And so that's where we're sitting with that. And then this week I was so excited to start A Little Life, and I read the first 100 pages earlier this week. And then so I read like the first 100 pages on like Monday or something, or between Monday and Tuesday. But then on Tuesday, Rainer came home from school with a concussion. So Rainer was home on Tuesday with a concussion, and then there was a little bit of miscommunication. I thought he couldn't go back until we got this form signed. Turns out he could have gone back on, I think, Friday. And then I just needed to get a form signed. Anyway, he ended up being off the rest of the week, and then he had a birthday party on the weekend, so he went to that, and I didn't know there was a bouncy castle until I picked him up. In hindsight, that was probably a really bad idea, because then on Sunday and this morning, he said he's dizzy again and not feeling great, and he felt kind of pukey this morning. So I don't think, he said he didn't hit his head off of anything, but I wonder if just bouncing in the bouncy castle was enough to like bring on the like concussion again. I'm not sure, don't really know, but he's off school today. And so that's pretty much, oh, and then also last week I had a photography job that I had to do, and then I had to edit that. So I read like 200 pages for the Read-a-thon, which isn't awful, but usually I read like 50 pages a day, roughly, sometimes closer to 100, which is why sometimes I read a lot of books and sometimes I don't. And then last week when I was trying to read A Little Life, I just didn't have, like, it was like I had time, but I didn't have time. So anyway, I am gonna end that last chunk of vlogging here, And I'm gonna try and start a new weekly vlog and hopefully actually get some reading done this week. Wish me luck!